point. Now moving on to probably the worst thing, as I stated before, of the Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge in 2021, and that's the battery life and the software. So first of all, I don't know which one you want me to start off with, but I'll start off with the software because they kind of go hand in hand. This thing started off with Android 5.0.2. It eventually did get Android 7.0, which I think is cool, okay, whatever. But not only did it stop literally 2 years of software support, and that was it, but it also was on a really weird version of software. I think, Samsung Experience, TouchWiz, whatever you want to call it, it just wasn't that great of a software. I think Samsung eventually noticed that, and they eventually switched over to One UI. It still has a lot of work, but I don't know, this software was a mess. It was not optimized for the hardware at all, and even now it's just so glitchy. It has a lot of problems, and I even remember picking up the Galaxy S7 the first day it came out or whatever, many years ago, and I had a weird experience with that one too, and I think that was on Android Marshmallow or Android Nougat or whatever, and I had a really weird experience with that phone in terms of the software, and this is no different. The fact that it ended on Android 7.0 is pretty crazy to me. So I think the software, I wish it got a couple more versions of software, but I do think you are able to custom ROM it. I did successfully custom ROM my Samsung Galaxy S6, and that was actually a really, really hard process, but it was actually much worth it. I mean, it transformed it into a brand new phone. I was able to get Android 10 on it, and that was for sure some really, really impressive stuff. And I was able to do a ton of different things with that specific device. Now, on the other hand, with the Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge, whether you're able to custom ROM it or not, it doesn't really matter. You're still not going to have that good of an experience with it. But the battery life is another horrible aspect of it, especially now in 2021. It had a 2600 mAh battery, which actually isn't that bad of a size battery. But I don't know, I'm not a huge fan of smaller size batteries, especially them being enclosed. Apple does it every year. They decrease the size battery, then they increase it. I want consistent growth, and then at this time, they decreased it from the predecessor, but then they increased it again, and it's just kind of a weird process. But for sure, I think the software and the battery is probably one of the worst aspects of this phone, but it doesn't mean it's all bad. I hyped up the build quality, I hyped up the camera. Sometimes, the software, the battery, it's just part of the process. So in terms of that pretty much covers up the worst aspect of the Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge. Now,